to Lil Brand, where I'm meeting up with the Ghanaian chef who owns and operates Quabena's Kitchen, serving delicious Ghanaian meals and more to Ghanaians and non-Ghanaians alike. So I'm going to find out what makes him tick. Stick and stay, enjoy the ride.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.
Alright, Quabena, Charlie, I've been watching you cook all kinds of food and serving them. When did it start and how did it start for you?
I had a job, it was a paying job, 9 to 5. But 2 years ago when COVID hit, I had to decide whether to, keep doing a 9 to 5 or, pursue what I really love doing. Even prior to that, I used to cook for my friends and stuff, and, they used to encourage me to start my own business, but I wasn't ready because, I was content with my 9 to 5. But then when COVID hit, and then I was working from home, and one time I cooked, I think I did something for my job. I was in Pittsburgh at that time. I was on a contract job for this company, so I think I made egg rolls for them, and my manager, he came to me and he was like, if I can do what you're doing right now, I wouldn't be working here with you. So I was like, is he trying to tell me something? Yeah. I was like, okay, I'll think about it. And then I was working 2 jobs at that time. So one of my jobs, we had a contract with Walmart. Okay. And Walmart basically just ended the contract out of nowhere because of COVID. I came back to one job at that time. And I thought about moving back to Atlanta because I was here before I left to Pittsburgh. And when I was in Atlanta, like I said, I used to cook for my friends, and I used to cook for family too, man. It was good. I used to post videos. I had my Quabena Kitchen Instagram, but I wasn't really taking it seriously because it was just.
What made you create an account and you're not even using it?
So the story behind my account, I didn't create the account initially. Okay. It was my cousin who created it. Okay. Nadia, she created the account for me because she thought, I needed it. I didn't think I needed it because I was just cooking. But she thought, I was doing something good. So she created an account for me. And she gave me the login and everything. And, I started posting pictures and people started liking it. This was in 2018. So once in a while, I'll just post a picture and then people would comment, hey, where are you located? Can I get some? And all of that. But I would just ignore it because...
You were not cooking?
I was not cooking it full time. I was just doing it for fun and just creating content. So fast forward 2020, that's when COVID came, 2019, 2020. I had to make a big decision for myself and my future and my family. And I figured getting into this business was something that I could do. I could make really good money out of it whilst cooking good food for people to eat. Because good food is really hard to come by these days, especially in Atlanta. If you want really good, authentic African food, it's really hard to come by because people are just cooking because of the money. But for me, I don't do it for the money. I just do it because I love it. It's a passion for me. It's something that I really love doing. So
good. So then you decided to now fully take on the cooking.
Right.
Do you remember doing one thing or taking one order that really made reaffirm that this is something what you have to do and then you have to continue?
I don't know if it's still on Instagram. I made a video of me, the cooking that I was doing. I don't know if you've seen it.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, I was driving the big on mine. It was right here.
I think that went viral.
It really went viral, and most of the bloggers in Ghana were making fun of me. What's American? We're tripping. This kind of stuff. To me, it was fun. I didn't really care about that, but I saw people were really curious about what I was doing, and then I think with the crowd that I got from there, it really gave me I wouldn't say like it motivated me because I mean, my wife has always been my number one. Like even before I even started, like she was always telling me like go for it, go for it. But
does she sometimes help with the orders?
Yeah, she does. Like she really, if it wasn't for her, like I don't think most of my orders I would complete them because she, even though like she goes to work and she comes back, she still has to help me complete like some orders and clean up after me because sometimes I try to like do both, but it don't work because it's a whole bunch of food that I have to cook and trying to clean up after yourself is just it don't work. It's stressful. So she'll come back from work and she'll clean up, help me organize the food that I've already cooked, and it's.
So currently, what kind of food are you serving?
Currently, I'm strictly African food because I'm trying to like break the gap between the diaspora and West Africa mainly because I mean you can, especially in America don't have they don't have food. I mean they don't have cuisines basically. And I've seen how the Chinese people have done it with Chinese rice and all of that stuff. And when you go to the Chinese restaurant, that's all they serve. Either buy it or you leave. So my main focus was on not just Africans, but introducing the food and the culture to different people, different all sorts of backgrounds. And that's the main reason why I even got the food truck, because I wanted something new. Like I wanted to create something that nobody, like especially from Ghana, has done before. So my food truck is the first, West African Ghanaian food truck in Atlanta.
Cool.
And I mean, so far it's been great. I mean, I haven't gotten there yet, but so far it's been
So in terms of the selection of food from West Africa, what would you have? What would you have on the menu?
I have wache, I have jollof, chozafi, banku, gobe. I have gobe on it too. I have.
You haven't mentioned almighty jollof.
I mean, I have jollof. Jollof is the main. Jollof is like the main. The main food, the main on which is my best seller too. Like it sells out quicker than all the food that I've even mentioned.
Cool. So do you take orders before you cook, or you have a set amount of food you do on the daily and people order plus the work? So
I used to take orders on weekends. Like I take orders from Monday to Thursday, and then I cook from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They pick up on Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
But since I started working the food truck, now I just go out on. I have one location right now, which is in Powder Springs, downtown Powder Springs. This is where I'm located right now. So I only go out on on Thursday and Fridays, 12 to 6 p.m. So I cook. I actually prep on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I do most of the cooking and the other stuff on the truck. I have everything in the truck, and I just.
So the location of the truck, is it a place where there are lots of Africans or people who are interested in the food?
Yes, I mean I think it's mixed. It's mixed race over there, but there's a lot of white people where the truck is actually located right now.
And they eat the food. What was the kind of feedback they're giving you?
I mean, they're very flavorful. Like that's one of the English. Well seasoned, and it's. I think it's something new that I've introduced them to. So when I first started going to that location, I used to get like 6 people. For like 6 hours, just sitting there, just 6 people would come to the truck and, hey, what is this? What wasn't that? And I've been there for almost a month now, and it's been great. Like
it's picking up.
Yeah, it's picking up a little bit, bit by bit. But I'm pretty sure, like by the end of the summer, a lot of people will be talking about the truck because
great.
I've also introduced new menu and new food to the food truck. I don't actually do that your typical Ghanaian West African jollof because most of our jollof is with goat meat. You know, you never go to a Ghana restaurant and find like plain jollof chilling there. No, like it's either with goat or chicken or turkey, even turkey. So now what I do is instead of like putting the meat in the jollof, I don't even add meat to it. It's plain jollof, which is also good for vegans because like, a lot of people are trying to turn vegans right now. So I give you a side that you can add it to the jollof. You can either add salmon or the regular fish or even the goat, but you're not gonna find it in the jollof.
Like chocolate jollof.
Yeah, chocolate jollof. It's just on the side that you can choose from with a little bit of salad and plantain, basically.
Good. And out of all the food that you prepare, which one do you hate the most? Maybe because of bangu.
Yeah.
Good.
Bangu is like
because of the stirring.
Because of the stirring, and it's bangu and tulafi.
Good.
It's very consuming, but
which leads me to my next question: where do you source your ingredients from? Because I realized that bangu. I've traveled across America, and I've realized that bangu in America is not quite the bangu we have. The consistency is quite different. The texture is different.
I think I beg to differ, but I think my bangu is.
It's just like the Ghana.
Just like the Ghana.
So you do the cassava and more and.
There's this farmers market over here in it's on Lawrenceville Highway, about 5 minutes away from Brownlee. They sell cassava over there.
Oh, cool.
They have
the corn.
The corn.
Okay.
I do everything from scratch. I don't buy nothing from the store.
Okay.
So the only time I buy something from the store is when I'm in a rush, like or maybe like an impromptu order that I have to complete maybe the next day.
But does that affect the consistency of what you're offering them? Because when you are controlling, you are fermenting your own dough in the process. Like you know what is coming, and in the next time you have to buy from a store. Does it affect consistency? It doesn't.
It really don't, because even if I don't get the fermented one that I usually make, the ones that I get from the African store is usually fermented.
And you mentioned that there's a lot of African food outlets and everything in Atlanta. What is it about Atlanta, Georgia, that makes a lot of these African sort of enterprises thrive? Because it's not so much the same everywhere else that you go to.
I think it's the market and how the economy of Atlanta is set up. Because I think 5-6 years ago, Atlanta. I mean, even though it was popping, but it wasn't really like how it is right now. Because right now everybody wants to come to Atlanta. And one thing I've realized about Atlanta is like it don't really matter what you start business wise, you're gonna survive. Like so long as you're consistent with what you're doing, and you know what you're doing, and you know the market crowd that you're targeting, you're going to survive.
And so in all of that, how do you deal with competition? Because you realize it's quite an open. How do you keep your core sort of customer base and then also get on new ones?
I feel like there's a lot of food on the table for everybody. So I take the competition out. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm in my own lane, and the lane that I'm in, I don't think anybody is even closer to me when it comes to the quality of food that I give my clients. Anybody that has, had my food, they would tell you out of 99% people tell you my food is really good. And it's always been the same. I use the same ingredients, the same product all the time. And like I said, I'm not really competing with anybody because I know what I'm giving, the type of food that I'm giving out. And I'm trying to toot my own horn, but it's quality.
And I mean, currently you do cater to people who request, and you also have one food van. What is in next for you? What are you looking at future? What are the plans?
So future wise, I'm looking into expanding into a brick and mortar, which is like a restaurant, an actual restaurant, and not just any restaurant or your regular African restaurant that when you open the door this is an African restaurant. I'm talking about like a 5-star restaurant, an international restaurant, not just, even though it's gonna be focused solely on African food, but it's gonna be international, customer service A1.
Yes, and I like the way that you want to go into the restaurant space when some of the people who are in the restaurant space are also moving out and finding. I mean, people feel that what you're doing is the new way. So why do you want? What is it about restauranting that you want to add to?
I feel like it's
like a traditional proper way to eat.
It's like it's like a proper way to eat, and at the same time, like what the quality that I'm going to give people. Customer service is always number one, and I mean, no matter what, like, you know, even if your food is trash and the customer service is great, people are still patronize. So that's something that and you don't usually see that with these African restaurants and African places that you go. True. Customer service is terrible. You know, they barely even talk to you. When something is wrong, who are you even going to talk to? You know, having anybody to tell them. But I feel like it's something that I'm willing to change that.
Well, fantastic. It's been amazing talking to you, and happy that I was able to come and speak to you about the journey and the plans. I wish you all the very best, and I mean, hopefully next time I come, the restaurant will be ready, and then I'll be there to experience it for myself.